Thank you very much. And what is high tea, Lord Alfred Hayes? That sounds like it's very interesting.
Well, I'm going to get my special bottle of Stuart Granger to describe that to you.
High tea?
Yes.
All right, and we're going to drink
and to everybody
high
else.
tea.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
No scotch.
If you would please welcome our very first guest, Bobby the Brain Heenan, along with Big John Studd. Have a seat, Mr. Studd.
You know what high tea is?
Do I know what high tea? No, I'm about to find out later on from
a buck a cup.
I beg your pardon?
It's a buck a cup.
A buck a cup. High tea?
That's what high tea is.
You're familiar with high tea?
I don't drink tea. I don't like tea. I don't like anything English.
Nothing English. Well,
no.
Unfortunately, Lord Alfred Hayes, I'm sure, would beg to differ. Yes. What about you, Big John Studd? Do you enjoy tea?
Now we're getting into my personal life. No, I don't like tea. I'll share that with all you people out there. I don't like tea. I don't like coffee.
What about slams? I would think you do not enjoy slams.
I don't like slams, but I like giving slams.
You like giving them?
I love
What about getting them? I mean, everyone...
And I love giving haircuts, too.
First of all, you wouldn't know anything about getting slammed.
That's right.
So we don't know what we're talking about here.
Does it hurt? Does it hurt when you get slammed?
You wouldn't know that.
I don't know.
Right.
Over 1 million people saw WrestleMania and saw what happened in the matchup with Andre the Giant and Big John Studd.
Mr. McMahon, what the people saw was an optical delusion. It didn't happen. He wasn't slammed. The Giant just went out there and was moving around. This man was moving so fast, it made it appear to the people. He never left his feet. He was never slammed. And I can guarantee that to you.
You can guarantee that he was not slammed?
I can guarantee it.
Again, I think over 1 million people would differ with that view.
Well, I'm the brain. I don't care what 1 million people's opinion is of anything. Now, I knew you were going to try to back me in a corner. That's why they call me the brain. I have footage here from Madison Square Garden, from WrestleMania. And I'll guarantee and I'll show it whenever they're ready to roll it, that the Giant, John Studd, was not slammed.
All right, you brought $15,000 in cash into the ring, and of course you were somewhat embarrassed, I would think, into bringing the cash into the ring. Nonetheless, forced to do so. Andre the Giant had something on the line as well, his retirement.
That's right, and you don't see him around, do you? He's gone. He realized he couldn't slam this man. He realized we still have the money, and he realized how to go down to a travel agent and get a ticket to Grenoble, France. And that's probably where he is now.
Andre is on vacation. I don't think he's in retirement.
Well, he's in retirement, pal.
All right, well, let's take you now to some footage, courtesy of Bobby the Brain Heenan and Big John Studd. Let's take you to WrestleMania.
Looking for the money, he's got it! 25,000 plus on their feet is Andre. Slams, look at this! He's throwing the money out! Uh-oh, look at that, Bobby the Brain Heenan grabbed the bag with the money.
Like a dirty rat, I think it was described, grabbing the money like a dirty rat.
Well, you can call me anything you want, but the main point is we outsmarted the Giant. He couldn't slam the man. You notice when I walked into the ring on that day, I had $15,000 with me. How did I leave that ring? Tell the people.
Well, we saw you walk out with a little less than $15,000. Andre was throwing a little
because of some 7'4" thief, some purse snatcher, some bag snatcher.
A 7'4" what?
Thief. He reached down and took the money into the ring and tried to buy some humanoid friends with the money. I just took what was ours and left. Simple.
All right, Big John Studd, what is in store for you for the future? What are your goals now?
Well, you know, our first goal was to dethrone Andre as a giant of wrestling and make myself the giant of professional wrestling. And as you see, we started by cutting his hair. Then he tried to embarrass me in WrestleMania, and he couldn't do it. So he's gone now. So now it's after Hulk Hogan. Hulkamania, the big thing in wrestling today, the world champion. Hey, if I got rid of Andre the Giant, you know it's not going to be long before I get that world championship belt.
Would be a most interesting matchup. How do you think Mr. Studd would fare, Mr. Heenan?
Well, Hogan's got a lot of backing by the people. See, he needs these little white sock humanoids out there with their little autograph books and their sign Hulkamania, we love you, we do this, we do that, we're behind you, we got headbands, we got wristbands, ankle bands, band-aids, we don't care. What would basically happen is he'd hear two bells. One bell would be the starting of the match, and the second bell would be the end of the match. He'd be laying flat on his back watching me strap the gold and silver on this man's waist.
Alfred, how would you see the result of that matchup?
I think it would be a classical contest. And I think it would go down in the annals of wrestling history as possibly one of the greatest matches ever to take place. But in due respect, I still give Hulk Hogan a slight edge.
A slight edge. How can you do that? I'm the Giant. I'm 7 foot plus. I weigh 400 pounds of solid muscle. I got one trophy in my hand already. I took the hair off the top of Andrea's head. We got rid of Andre the Giant. I got the brain in my corner.
You know, it's amazing. I've managed the greatest athletes in professional wrestling. I've managed this man to the top. We got rid of the Giant. You don't ask us our opinion. You ask the guy over here that don't even know what high tea is.
Well, I'm sure he knows what we're all about ready to find out what high tea is a little later on. Is Bobby the Brain Heenan invited to high tea?
Well, he's expressed a preference for not drinking tea. I don't think we ought to have him. He's an ill-mannered oaf.
I beg your pardon?
I said you're an ill-mannered oaf.
Have you seen his dining habits before?
Yes, I have. Unfortunately, at one stage, he was a manager for somebody very, very close to me.
You've never seen me dine or eat.
Yes, I have.
Are you insinuating you have to wear a rubber suit when I eat?
More or less.
Are you insinuating I splash and make a mess?
Yes, I keep
I'm not
well
a
away from
slob.
you. I keep well away from you.
Good, I like it that way.
That's better.
And don't even speak to me anymore.
Certainly not.
Thank you very much for joining us, Bobby the Brain Heenan.
How do you know I'm done?
I'm sorry, we're out of time.
Bobby,
Out of
let me
time?
slap him. Let me just
Slap who? Why dirty your
Bobby
hands?
the
Don't
Brain
bother yourself.
Heenan and Big John Studd will be back with more
wrap me up.
TNT. Back with more TNT. To join us now, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Fuji, manager extraordinaire, wrestler extraordinaire, and he has with him one of the individuals, a most unique individual whom he manages. Would you please welcome Mr. Fuji and Moondog Spot?
Mr. Fuji and Honorable Moondog Spot. Honorable, sir.
Honorable Moondog Spot.
Yes. Very honorable. Look
That
at
is
it.
Alfred?
Oh, gosh, what is that smell?
Beg your pardon?
A nasty aroma.
That is Louisiana Swamp Cologne. Very,
Beg your Louisiana Swamp Cologne?
yes, yes.
That's what we smell?
Yes. Beautiful smell, isn't it?
Ew, gosh.
Is the bone bathed in the same cologne?
Mm-hmm.
It is?
And look at this man. Look at that face.
It's a little difficult right now to see the...
Show face camera. Look. You see, I find Moondog in swamp in Louisiana. The other Moondog show bad discipline to Mr. Fuji, so he in swamp training very, very hard.
You sent Moondog Rex back to the swamp to train.
Yes.
What sort of training do you go through in the swamp?
Must fight with a lot of paramas.
I beg your pardon?
Paramas.
Paramus?
And I fight with a lot of alligator,
Alligators?
snaky.
Snakies.
Then he come back, and he looks like this. Train hard. He love bone. Very
What kind of bone is that, Mr. Fuji?
This is very unusual bone.
Found in the swamp?
Perhaps one big human being. Don't know. Might be animal. Don't know.
All right, well, let's take you now, if we may, from the Louisiana swamps and from TNT. Let's take you now to some footage involving Moondog Spot.
Gentlemen were once the tag team champions, so they're to be reckoned with. They have all the capabilities and know-how as professional wrestlers. You just watch and see.
A couple of rough, tough customers are the Moondogs. Jim Powers going against Moondog Rex. Your referee for this bout is Terry Yorkston.
Oh, look at that power. Just like catching a baby in his arms.
And this young Jim Powers is well put together, too.
He weighs some 235 or 40 pounds, and he caught him just like he caught a baseball.
There's a tag. Here comes Spot. Spot with a tremendous right hand to the midsection on Jim Powers.
Oh! Whoa. Well, that's got to knock the wind right out of you. Whatever you ate yesterday, you might be wearing it somewhere else.
Coming off the ring ropes with an elbow smash, Spot with a body slam.
Well, they move around this ring, don't they, Jack? Oh!
They know what they're doing at all times, this combination, the Moondogs. Had his man pinned, and a hair pull. Here's a tag.
That one I can't figure.
They like to punish their opponents.
Do they ever?
Moondog Rex in there right now.
Oh. Stretching those nostrils about 4 inches where they shouldn't be. Look at that bone hanging on that post.
Power slam in there by Rex. Oh. Did you see the tremendous shot in there with the elbow?
Well, that chest just became concave.
How much more can this young man, how much more punishment can he take?
He should try to make a tag.
Unable.
Get out of there. Hey, now's his chance. Nope.
Spot right now pounding away on Jim Powers. Young man really taking a pasting.
Oh, look at that shoulder breaker. Why doesn't he pin him?
Had his man pinned and pulled him up once again.
Now's his chance to make the tag.
It was a knee lift and a tag.
No.
Both men in the ring right now. Both Moondogs. Yorkston. There's a tag, but
I don't know.
referee.
I'm not sure if there was a tag or not.
Right. Referee Yorkston didn't see it.
No,
He did tag him.
Did he tag him?
Yes, he did. He most certainly did. But referee Terry Yorkston did not see the tag and ordered Muhammad Saad out of the ring.
In all fairness, the referee only has 2 eyes and there's 4 men in there, and it's tough to control at times. Because the referee's in for some of the best.
Toss in there by.
Now there's the tag.
There's the tag. Saad right now, nothing doing. Saad trying to get something going.
Oh!
Tremendous power slam.
Wow!
There's a tag. Here comes Spot.
Now here's what I mean what tag work is.
The elbow.
Turned him inside
Saad
out.
is out. He is out. It's all over.
It's all over, Moondog Spot, Mr. Fuji, and that's a good look of the bone from the Louisiana swamps, and you still don't know where, from which animal that the bone is derived.
I do not know, but the way he looks at Bone and admire beautiful trophy, he loves Bone. You see how devastating Moondog is with his
I wonder.
karate kick.
Yes, I saw that. I wonder, Mr. Fuji, you never really have the opportunity, or you have the opportunity, but you don't avail the opportunities of the Moondogs to speak. Could we ask you to ask?
Ah, it is very honor. Moondog, say something. For American people, say.
Say? He's actually going to
Speak.
say?
Speak. Ruff. Ruff. Down, dog, down. See, good doggy.
Did you understand what he said, Mr. Fuji?
A little. That he is happy and hungry. Every time one dog speak, urf, he wants something. See?
In this case, he's hungry.
Yeah, this dog here, very unusual dog, one of its kind. And Mr. Fuji, so happy
Would
to
it be
have dog.
a pedigree for sure?
Maybe this has crossbreed with everything. maybe parents cross double this one, but that's okay.
Huh?
Cross double.
Cross double. It's
Yeah,
sort of kind
double.
of a mutt type situation.
Not mutt, crossbreed.
Crossbreed.
Very good final bloodline this. Yeah, very good bloodline.
What sort of-
Very good.
What sort of hopes and aspirations do you have?
Oh, I have great hope for this one here. Because this one here, listen to Mr. Fuji.
But the other one does not.
Once in a while, so I put him in camp now, concentration camp, Fuji camp in Louisiana swamp, to teach him hard work. This one here, very
That's
good.
what
Yes.
And he's going to be there. If you don't do well, he's going to send him back to the Snakey and the.
Right.
Mr. Fuji, we thank you very much for joining us on TNT, and good luck.
Speak, dog, speak.
And good luck to Moondog Spot. Mr. Fuji and Moondog Spot have moved down a little bit on the sofa. Lord Alfred Hayes asked them actually to hang around a little bit. And joining Lord Alfred Hayes, some of his countrymen. In a moment, the British invasion. Would you please welcome the British Bulldogs? Guys are taking the World Wrestling Federation by storm in tag team fashion. You've been partners now for quite some time, have you not?
Yeah, we've been partners for nearly 7 years, Vince.
My goodness, 7 years together. You should know every move, know what each person is thinking at all times, I would think.
All the time, yeah. Well, we're cousins, you know, and we've been brought up together and we've lived together all our lives, you know, so we know what we're going to do every time.
Some of the things you do in the ring defy description. They really do. It's an incredible, the movement in there. And I think perhaps more than any one thing, we see that Dynamite as one of the more unusual aspects of your combination. There's constant movement and lightning fast, and that must be a tremendous advantage for you.
You know, Vince, when you've been in tag team action for like 7 years together, you know what you're doing at all times. We work together, we work good together. I know what he's thinking, he knows what I'm thinking. The opponents, we can confuse them. We move a lot faster than they do most of the time, and it's paid off. We've built the names up in Europe, Japan, Germany, all over the world, and now we're going to prove it in the United States.
There's no doubt. I think you've already proved it. Certainly, the Moondogs are looking at you, and the tag team champions, a lot of individuals. Let's take you fellas back, and all of you at home as well, to the tag team combination of the British Bulldogs in action.
This one fall event is a tag team contest. Introducing first to my right in the ring, from Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, weighing 257 pounds, A.J. Petruzzi. His partner, from Portland, Oregon, weighing 240 pounds, Matt Bourne. And their opponents, here are the British Bulldogs. First of all, from Leeds, England, weighing 244 pounds, Davey Boy Smith. And his partner from Manchester, England, at 225 pounds, the Dynamite Kid.
This is some tag team combination. The Dynamite Kid, along with Davey Boy Smith. Two Brits, and boy, they are really put together. And can they ever fly around the ring? Matt Bourne starting things off against the Dynamite Kid. Quickly to the ropes. Clean break. And Matt Bourne right on top of things. Matt Bourne obviously has read the book on the British Bulldogs. Nice reversal. Dynamite Kid now? No. Ooh, Matt Bourne catching him, and Dynamite Kid and Matt Bourne really going at it. Slugfest developing. Ooh, to the buckle, down to the canvas, and Matt Bourne asserting himself. These British Bulldogs are lightning quick, are they not, Bruno?
They are so fantastic. This, well, you watch this Dynamite Kid. Right now it's on the receiving end. Whoa, there's a beautiful move. But that's speed for you. He moved out of the way. Bourne hit that corner, and now there's a tag. But these guys are really exciting to watch.
Davey Boy and Dynamite, and they charge Matt Bourne. Bourne able to tag his partner, A.J. Petruzzi. Petruzzi now applying more pressure to the wrist. Over goes Davey Boy, back around. He keeps right, look at that nip up, and nice reversal.
They are really nice to watch, Smith and Dynamite Kid. They have such speed, such moves, so much fire. They're just electrifying in that ring.
Reversal by A.J., nicely done. Still standing Davey Boy, and has him right up. Oh, my. Look at this on the outside, quickly now on the top rope. Davey Boy Smith, A.J. Petruzzi gets up. Davey Boy waits for him. Drop kick from the top rope.
What a drop kick. My goodness, right from the top rope, and he caught him right in the chin. Oh, my.
Tag is made now, and the Dynamite Kid back through, and AJ is in a bit of trouble at the moment. Looks like maybe headed for more.
Yeah, big.
Oh, my. Off the rope, Dynamite drops the elbow. Lightning-like quick Dynamite Kid, Davey Boy Smith. Ooh, ramming the knee to the back. Tag made now again. Ooh. These Bulldogs are not fooling around in there.
Boy, you can say that again. They are great condition athletes, Vince. Look at both of them. I mean, they really, you can tell they spend an awful lot of time in gym because they are really in great shape. Such fantastic speed.
And they function so well together as a unit.
Well, you know, they've been together for a while. They've done a lot of training together because they just work too well together. You know, that just isn't a fluke. That's from a lot of time spent together.
AJ trying to muscle his way out of this. Up in the air goes AJ Petrucci again. Davey Boy holds him up there and drives him down to the canvas. Davey Boy covering AJ. Only count of one, and in comes Matt Bourne. Tag was made a moment ago. What's going to happen now? Oh, my. Look at that. Oh, my. 1, 2, lights out at 3.
All right, the British Bulldogs with a sensational victory. You fellas, again, do things that we've never seen before in the World Wrestling Federation. A little later on, we're going to have something most unusual with the courtesy of Lord Alfred Hayes. We're going to have high tea in honor of how well you're doing here in the United States. And certainly, I would think, Alfred, back home, there's an awful lot of talk about the British Bulldogs, is there not?
There is indeed, and in fact, last summer they were invited to one of Her Majesty's garden parties at the palace. They were unable to attend because they were on an extended tour of Japan, and Her Majesty has expressed her desire to be informed of their progress here in the United States of America, and I have told her that they're doing extremely well. But in that absence, that is why I have arranged this tea, and we can dedicate this possibly to Margaret Thatcher and also Her Most Gracious Majesty, the Queen of England.
Oh, my goodness. I didn't think you were ever going to get through that, Alfred. In any event, thank you, boys. Of course, your biggest challenge, Nikolai Volkov and the Iron Sheik, the current World Wrestling Federation Tag Team Champions. Davey Boy, how would you fare against them, do you think?
Well, Nikolai's a very big man. The Sheik's a really good wrestler, Olympic wrestler. We just have to combine hard wrestling and acrobatics and see if we can wear them down and see if we can get them for a 3 count.
Do you think they have as much coordination as you fellas have?
You know something, Vince? They're a big, powerful team. As you know yourself, they're bigger than us. They're stronger than us. But we got the speed, we got the agility, and plus we got 7 years behind us as a tag team. Now, these two guys are strong. They'll do damage if we let them do damage. But we're not going to give them time to think. We're going to win the ring. From when that bell rings, we're going to be moving. We're going to be moving. We're going to go around. We're going to dance around them in circles. If possible, we're going to confuse them, and then they're going to make a mistake. If they make a mistake, don't get me wrong, we never underestimate any team. But when they make that mistake, we're going to beat them 1, 2, 3.
All right, we certainly look forward to that match should it take place. And stay with us, and the Moondog can't wait. The Moondog himself is going to be a part of High Tea. We'll be back with more TNT with High Tea as we continue. Stay with us. Back with more TNT, and this promises to be, I'm sure, according to Lord Alfred Hayes, the most exciting segment ever on TNT. We are about to be served high tea. Lord Alfred Hayes, if you would.
Well, firstly, may I introduce Stuart Granger, who has kindly consented to come along. He's not a butler in that respect, but he's a gentleman's gentleman. And he's direct from the British Embassy, and he is going to assist us with this high tea. Now, obviously, the British Bulldogs know about high tea, so for the benefit of Mr. Fuji and his somewhat unusual friend there, and yourself, Vince, we're going to do a little explaining about this. So I'm going to ask Stuart, firstly, to tell us how we make the actual tea.
Thank you. As you know, afternoon tea is probably my country's greatest contribution to Western civilization. So I'll endeavor to pass that on to my American friends here and my Japanese friends. The most important thing...
And the dog, too.
Oh, yes, and the dog. The most important thing, of course, is that the water must be boiling. Unlike coffee, where you serve it over here lukewarm, the water must be boiling. The secret is to first warm the pot. The water in the pot, it conducts through the china, and this perfects the brewing process. Before adding the tea into the pot, we discard that water. You put the tea into an amount to equal each person, so there's 6 of us here, so we'll have 6 teaspoonfuls plus 1 for the pot. That's
Excuse me, Stuart, what about the dog? I don't think he drinks tea.
Well, maybe we could give him a glass of milk or a saucer of milk
Something
on the
like-
carpet
yes.
or something like that.
Shall we also explain that each cup must have a spoon?
That is correct.
And that the milk, not cream, and the sugar go into the cup first, and then the tea, nothing is added after. Now let us get to these pastries and petit fours and nice-looking, scrumptious-looking edibles here.
Okay. Well, if we start here we have Scotch egg, and savoury tarts. Here we have pork pie.
Oh, I love those.
Particular favourite of the palace, by the way.
Yes.
Here we have scones.
Is that not a crumpet just there?
That is correct, yes, that is a crumpet.
Uh-huh.
Over here, we have coconut delights, almond treats,
Yes.
shortbread.
Queen Victoria was awfully fond of those almond treats, was she not?
That is correct, yes, yes. My great-grandmother used to spend many of the day preparing those.
Oh, lovely,
Yes.
lovely. Now, then, what do you think about this, Vince?
Well, I don't know. I'll tell you what, let's do, Alfred. Why don't we, wait a minute, why don't we serve some? We'll be back and let's serve the tea.
Get your paws off that.
The dog seems to,
Hey! Just a moment.
We'll be back with more TNT and we'll be serving high tea when we return. Stay with us.
Just control that thing there, please. Well, as you can see, we're back here with our afternoon tea on TNT. I'm not going to waste any time at all. I'm going to get Granger to start serving these delightful morsels. Would you proceed,
Certainly, my lord.
Pass those around, chaps.
Mr. Vincent.
I'll pass this.
Good idea.
Put
There
that
you
on the
go.
carpet, family dog, please.
Right, put those over there. Chaps, tuck in. There's lovely stuff there. Pork pies and crumpets and things.
Please help yourself.
Don't forget those Scottish shortcakes. They're rather nice.
Shortcakes.
Yes. They're the ones in the centre there, those long white things. That's a Bakewell tart. Obviously you like that. Would you like to hold one of
The
these?
Moondog is very much enjoying
We're going
it so
to
far.
need these.
Huh? Is that
Put
good?
that there.
You like it, huh?
Now then.
This is the first high tea for the Moondog, is it not? Mr. Fuji, he's a little sloppy, huh?
Lovely.
You think dog is?
Don't spoil.
I guess you have a point there, yes.
Oh, lovely.
Let me see.
Gosh, that tea smells delightful.
Yes, does it?
Rather nice, isn't it, Granger?
Delicious, sir.
Yes, it's like almost like being at home with Her Majesty.
Did you make this yourself, Lord?
Yes, I did indeed. Yes, took the teapot to the kettle, you know.
Hey, what you doing?
No.
Hey,
What's
hey.
the matter, you? What's the matter, you? Come
Look at
Sit down.
this. I say,
What's the matter? Sit down.
please control yourself and that animal beside you. That is a
reaching for your
priceless
food,
piece of
Mr.
pottery.
Yes.
Look, it's stuck in the
broke
jam.
China right over the
That's in the
Moondog's
chocolate.
head.
Never seen anything like it.
Do we have a little tea?
Well, it's coming around, but please don't pass any to the fellow at the end there.
I suppose the British do not, when they're serving. I guess. Thank you very much. Take care, Mr. Fuji. Maybe for the Moondog.
That's
a little tea.
Are you enjoying yourselves, chaps?
Beautiful. Oh, this is a high time. Yes.
Isn't it exciting?
Yes, wait a minute.
I told you it would be. Oh, gosh. Oh, please, Mr. Fuji.
Is this the way?
Please, would you control him?
Good manners, good manners.
What is he doing with that?
I don't think that's the way one.
Oh, that is disgusting, isn't it, chaps? Have you ever seen anything so vile?
Yes, I think perhaps it does.
Very good.
Never
High
in
tea
my
with
40 years.
I beg your pardon, Stuart?
Never in my 40 years have I seen something so degrading. Basically.
A little more tea.
Alfred,
Oh,
if you
gosh.
recall, you were the one that invited Mr. Fuji and the Moondog to high tea.
Well, I did invite Mr. Fuji. I didn't know he was going to bring that thing along with him. No.
Oh, wait.
And what is this?
Oh, the
What is
smell.
this?
That is stuff at your
This
pocket.
is-
No, please. Just can you relax a minute?
Sit down. Relax.
Get him down, yes, get him down.
What did he dip the?
But this is insulting, Englishman.
That is
This
stuff at
is
your pocket.
cheap China. It is not Japanese China.
No, it's
That
English
is
China.
terrible tea. It is not Japanese tea. Japanese tea is very good. Eat it all I'm gonna get you think of the tea. Wait a minute.
Hey, come on! Just a moment!
Eat it all.
Wait a minute!
That's what we're talking about. Your thing up
Come on, do that! Please!
Get
him out of here!
I apologize for this. We'll be back with more TNT. Stay with us.
Priceless China! Why do you bring such an oath?
You
into
brought
our-
him. You were the
I
one.
didn't bring him,
You
Mr.
invited
Fuji.
this mess.
This is priceless China.
Now that we have finished with Lord Alfred Hayes' high tea, I must say that was quite an experience, Lord Alfred Hayes.
Well, it was marred somewhat by the dog, but it was delightful all the same.
You really enjoyed it, I can tell.
Tremendously.
To join us now, ladies and gentlemen, one of the premier wrestlers in the World Wrestling Federation, and over 1 million of you saw him as one of the guest referees during the main event of WrestleMania. Would you please welcome Mr. Pat Patterson? Pat, do you feel a little out of place that Lord Alfred Hayes did not invite you earlier on to? I'm sure you're sorry you missed that high tea.
Actually, I'm glad I wasn't there when I saw the Moondog there. I mean, it was totally disgraceful, wasn't it, Alfred?
Oh, he was disgusting.
I just love the way he talks.
He didn't even have a flea collar on.
He didn't, huh?
No.
And he smelled?
Oh, ridiculous.
That was a real unique odor, wasn't it?
Oh, wasn't that awful? Louisiana swamp cologne? I don't think that's possible, do you?
Yes.
You do.
Yes, I definitely think
The
that is
stench
possible.
was overwhelming.
Pat, in your, you've served so many different functions in professional wrestling through the years, and as of late, of course, we saw you as one of the two guest referees. You and Muhammad Ali, the two guest referees in the main event during WrestleMania. I would suggest that was not an easy task.
Well, I'll tell you what, Vince, this is an experience that I'll never forget because, first of all, everybody was so hyper for that match. And then the first part of the match, the first 5 minutes of the match, I could have disqualified everybody. But I figured that the match was going to take control after a while. Even Muhammad Ali, I had to control him. Muhammad Ali, when he heard that crowd, and when he heard Mr. Wonderful Orndorff and Bob Orton and Piper calling Mr. T all sorts of names, Muhammad Ali got hot. He jumped in the ring, he wanted to fight, and I tried to explain to him, hey, you can't fight these guys. You got to referee, push him out of the ring, count him out. He really want to get into it. But it was hard to control.
So you had to control both Ali as well as many of the participants.
It was tough.
All right, let's take a little glimpse, if we would, of exactly what went on during this match. Pat Patterson, the guest referee.
Unbelievable individual. The greatest. Muhammad Ali.
looking tremendous.
He looks like he could go 12 right now, Gino. He looks in fantastic condition.
Holy mackerel, what a scary. Ali waiting patiently as the Rockettes make their entrance. Ali stepping through the ring ropes to a standing ovation. Goes over and shakes hands with Billy Martin. There's Torres.
Jose
Torres.
Former light heavyweight champion of the world.
And does he look in great shape?
I'll tell you, Muhammad looks terrific. He looks like he could go 12 rounds right now without breaking much of a sweat.
This is the main event. It is scheduled for one fall with a 1 hour time limit.
All right, that was probably the easiest part of the whole match. It had not begun, but of course, when the principals got in there, things really got out of hand, didn't they?
It did, and I'll tell you what, not only Muhammad Ali, but I heard Billy Martin at one time during the match when Paul Orndorff was trying to take a swing at Muhammad Ali, and Billy Martin jumped up and he wanted to get involved also. And Billy Martin, you know, he's not afraid of anything.
No,
but I think he would have made a mistake.
There's no doubt about that. Most anyone would make a mistake squaring off against Paul Orndorff. In any event, your travels, of course, taking you from guest referee to wrestler to everything else in professional wrestling that I know of.
Oh, guest announcer, timekeeper, name it, you know. Ever since I've been in wrestling, Vince, it's been 28 years, I've done just about everything. I remember when I first started, when I was a kid, I used to put the ring up, I did everything.
All right, well, let's take you to, as most of you know, Pat Patterson best. Donning the tights, we'll take you to St. Louis, Missouri in a matchup. We'll join the match, by the way, in progress. Let's take you now to Pat Patterson.
Orton with the reverse chinlock now and going in standing position, trying to get back to his feet. Pat Patterson. Patterson trying to, yes, drive his way out. Up press lock and, yes, he's going to get him over. Oh, no, yanking the hair. 1, 2. Bob Orton back in control. Oh, dropped the knee pad now. It drops the knee right into the head of Patterson. Bob Orton with a devastating maneuver just moments ago. Followed through with a right hand, and the referee employ. Look at this left hand by Patterson, and a right. Patterson takes Orton off his feet. Pat Patterson with the shoulders. No, there goes Orton. Bob Orton feeling the effect of that. He almost went flying all the way out, and Pat Patterson is letting him have it. Patterson brings him out, scoops him now, has him in the air, slams him to the canvas. Patterson, what's he doing? Oh, outside. Pat Patterson now with Bob Orton has the leg around the ring post. And rams the leg, oh my. Patterson grabs it again. Patterson again to the ring post. And a right hand follow through. Boy, this crowd really coming to life. Pat Patterson now in control. Orton can't even stand up. The referee makes, oh, Pat Patterson keeps right on working on it. Patterson, figure 4 leg lock, drops it down, sinks it in. He may have Cowboy Bob Orton. And Orton reaching and just grabs the rope. Referee asking for the clean break. Patterson, had he had Bob Orton out in the middle of the ring, could perhaps have won the match already. But perhaps it's just a matter of time. Patterson now. The single Boston crab trying to leading way back now, applying pressure on the ankle and the knee. And Orton is in again, and again saved by the rope. So twice now, Pat Patterson has come very, very close to victory. difficulty standing, as you might suspect. Patterson somewhat, yeah, that's it. He's very leery, thinking maybe that Orton may be playing possum. Orton to the outside now. He'll take his time. Pat Patterson, a very impatient type wrestler. As Cowboy Bob Orton now has taken his time, and again back up on the apron before being counted out. Back into the ropes now, and Patterson must be very leery of Cowboy Bob Orton. Very even match, and Patterson grabs the leg, and again, oh, look at this. Patterson holds him off, but Patterson now has the leg for sure. Patterson drapes it across the bottom rope. Patterson up, down on the leg. Pat Patterson with a right hand. Patterson grabs the leg again, and Cowboy Bob, oh, look at that. What a kick to the back of the head by Orton. What a kick that was. Bob Orton still favoring his leg now. Back over with Pat Patterson. Has him up in the air. Holds him up there. Lets him think about it. Up goes Patterson. Way up. Look at the strength of Cowboy Bob Orton. Down on one knee. Orton with a cover. No. Oh, you saw. Okay, Patterson on his foot. Draped across the bottom rope. Orton thinks he won the match. Bob Orton thinks it's to the rope. Up he comes. Hooks him. 1, 2. No. Look at the pull of tights there. Look at this.
Pat, your reactions to viewing that match about 6 months ago, I guess it was.
Well, I must say one thing. I got to tell the truth the way it is. Bob Orton is a very clever wrestler, well experienced, and he outdid me. It's just that simple, Vince. The guy, I have great respect for Bob Orton. He outsmarted me.
What about Bob Orton now? Mr. Orton, of course, with the injured forearm. He was wearing some sort of a protective cast, for lack of a better term, actually. And it seems to me from time to time he'll take advantage of that.
Well, first of all, Vince, that arm has been in the cast for quite a while, and there's questions about whether his arm is still in bad shape or not. I don't really believe that his arm is really hurt that much, but I think he's wearing that cast for that purpose, as you said, that he does utilize that now and then in the match.
Although it's certainly not unusual for someone to wear a protective gear from time to time, protecting an injury, is it?
Sure, it's all right, but I think Bob Orton it's been about 2-3 months now since he had the cast. Give me a break, please. He's really overdoing it. I'm sure he's using that as a foreign object.
Well, we've been told that he has re-injured the arm from time to time, and that is the reasoning of continuing wearing it.
Well, that's what we've been told. Whether we want to believe it or not, I don't know.
Well, Pat, we'd like to wish you the very best of luck, and we certainly have enjoyed thus far your career throughout the World Wrestling Federation. Wish you all the luck for the future, and there's no telling where Mr. Pat Patterson is going to turn up and in what capacity.
We never know. And Vince, thanks for having me. I enjoyed it very much.
Pat Patterson on TNT. We'll be back with Lord Alfred Hayes about a word about next week's TNT, and we have an illustrious lineup for you. We'll tell you about when we return. We would like to thank our guest this week on TNT, and next week should be a superlative TNT, to say the least. We will have with us one of the all-time greats. Many of you remember back in the 60s, a wrestler by the name of Dr. Jerry Graham. Well, the good doctor is going to join us, and Lord Alfred Hayes, an acquaintance of yours.
Yes, and I must say I admired him in those days. He was a powerful, cruising, bruising type wrestler, stop at nothing. I'm pleased to see him back here again.
Also to join us, by the way, next week, you talk about awesome. King Kong Bundy will be here, almost 500 pounds of him. Jimmy Hart, a special fashion show, some lovely bikini-clad ladies, I understand?
Yes, I'm looking forward to that tremendously.
I'm sure you are. Join us next week for more TNT.